Hair porosity, a visual simplified thread by Creative Aliyah. So what is it? Porosity is how well your hair absorbs and retains moisture. Let me explain how. Let's go to the next slide. Hair strand structure. Each hair strand has cuticles surrounding each shaft. These cuticles can open and close, so knowing how open or raised or closed, smooth your cuticles are by standard when your hair is product-free is a secret for moisturized, healthy, shiny hair. There are three categories of hair porosity. You have low hair porosity, in which the cuticles are tightly closed. This means the hair shaft is really smooth. Low porosity hair does not easily allow moisture in nor allow moisture out. There is also medium hair porosity. This means that the cuticles on your hair shaft are slightly raised or halfway open. This type of hair porosity is also called normal hair porosity. It allows moisture in and it holds it for a good amount of time. Last but not least, you have high porosity hair. This means that the cuticles on your hair shaft are extremely raised and they're really open. This means that you have hair that easily allows moisture in but allows moisture out too, so it tends to be very dry. This could be due to damage, gaps, and large openings in the cuticle because of how you treated your hair, and other factors are going to expound next. So you have temperature, chemical processing, and pH, which can also affect your hair's porosity. So high temperatures open pores, including your hair shaft cuticles, whilst cold temperatures closes them. Chemical processing such as relaxers and colorants also raise the cuticles and can actually damage and create gaps in the hair shaft. Ouch. So stay away from bleach and all the chemicals if you want to actually keep the health of your hair and if you want to have length retention and grow your hair longer. pH, when it's higher than 7 in the pH range scale, cuticles tend to open. Many shampoos fall into this category. On the other hand, pH lower than 7 smooths and closes the cuticles. So you have high porosity hair, reach for the products that have a low pH so that your cuticles can smooth and close. And then if you use products like a leave-in with ingredients that are low in the pH, that will be benefit for you. So how do you figure out your hair porosity? You have to do a flow test. So you take a clean strand of shed hair, place it in a clear glass of water, and if it floats, you have low porosity hair. If it stays in between, you have normal porosity. And if it sinks quickly, you have highly porous hair. So let me repeat that again. If it floats, it means doesn't sink, you have low porosity, so it stays on top. If it stays in between and it sinks slowly, you have normal porosity. But if you see that it kind of like sinks super quickly and it goes to the bottom really quickly, that means, my dear, you have high porosity hair. Many natural hair naturalistas, I don't know how to say, have high porous hair. Our hair tends to naturally be high porosity, but there's things you can do, okay? So low porosity hair care guidelines. Low porosity hair tends to be protein sensitive, so avoid hydrolyzed wheat proteins, oat, silk, any kind of proteins. You can use it in moderation, but very sparingly, Wheat germ oil also is very protein rich, so try and avoid using wheat germ oil on the length of your hair. You could use it in your scalp, but still in moderation too. Use hair conditioners that are, moisture rich instead of protein rich as well. And use and abuse of humectants like glycerin and honey to attract more moisture into your hair. Heat conditioning caps, hair steamers are also really good. Also try and rinse your hair with lukewarm water so that you can raise your cuticles a bit more and let the products kind of stick to the hair shaft more, so that you have all those goodies inside of your hair shaft for longer. Last tip that you should do as well, because your cuticles are very smooth, right? They tend to be smoother than the other hair types. It's good for you to have a good clarifying shampoo and do it at least once a month, so you can avoid the build up. Okay, use light oils on your hair as well. So why is medium hair porosity ideal? Medium hair porosity allows moisturizing and retains it really well. This means the hair will never be extremely dry or overwhelmed by moisture. However, in order to maintain balance, make sure you use mild sulfate-free shampoos and moisturizing conditioners, avoiding excessive protein. Usually medium hair porosity, you already have enough protein from your diet, okay? So try not exaggerate on the amount of protein that you put in your hair. Great oils and butters to use are extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, neem oil, shea butter, mango butter, and murmur butter. So medium weight kind of oils and products. You really don't need to do much if your hair falls into this category, as long as you clean, condition, and seal your strands with natural, wholesome ingredients and pure oil blends. High porosity hair. High porosity hair tends to be extremely dry due to raised cuticles or large gaps in the hair shaft due to colorants, relaxers, heat. All hell broke loose stuff. Make sure to use pH adjusted products that are slightly acidic, sulfate-free shampoos, and protein-rich conditioners to reconstruct the hair shaft. And also use keratin treatments. They are very good for you, but remember, with moderation. Too much of anything could be actually damaging. So technically, not all shampoo will cause the cuticle to be raised. Shampoo with non-ionic or zeta-ionic surfactants do not have this effect. Examples of cationic surfactants found in hair conditioner are, oh gosh, bear with me, okay? I'm going to try and say all these words. Stearcrolinium chloride, cetrimonium chloride, diacetylmodium chloride, benzethrimonium methylsulfate. I know this one very well. It's also known as BTMS, and it's very good for your hair. Then you have the other ones. They're very hard to pronounce, but believe me, they're very good for you. As a rule, you should start your styling routine with a water-based moisturizer, layer it with a cream, and finish with a heavy butter. Do not over-apply product though. A little still goes a long way, especially if you have very thin single strands. Even though you have high porosity hair, you could still have very thin single strands, and they're not wide, so it could kind of put too much weight on your hair and it looks limp. You don't want that. So try and use products with medium to heavy weight, like butters like shea butter, cocoa, cupuaçu, and mango. Oils like castor oil, acidic components and substances like aloe vera gel and juice. And another very good tip is using apple cider vinegar rinses when washing your hair. Try and finish with a cold water to smooth your cuticles, and use rose water to mist your hair when dry. And that's it, guys. Those are all my tips of how to take care of your hair depending on your hair porosity. I hope you liked it. If it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, share it with someone that needs these tips, and check our website creativealia.com. Bye.